one thing I want everyone to consider twice is ever to use store-bought hand sanitizer again.
Okay.
That is public enemy number one. And many hand sanitizers have either triclosan or a triclocarbon-based ingredient. And triclosan, if you didn't know this, who does, right? But I do, because it like hit me when I was researching it. Since 1969, was a registered pesticide. Think about that. You're putting a registered pesticide in on your skin all day long. And a lot of people, because of the 2020 health crisis, they become addicted. Literally, it's an addiction. Like every time they touch a hand knob or a door handle or something, they're like always hand sanitizing, like all the time. Like it's actually in America, it's a core school supply, at least where we live in Georgia, like paper, pencils, crayons, hand sanitizer. You can't send your kid to school without hand sanitizer.
Wow.
That's the mind-blowing experience that we're living in.
Mm.
And it's just not the hand sanitizer. It's just not the triclosan. It's the alcohol. It's the drying content. So essentially what hand sanitizer does, it leads to a condition known as leaky skin. And many of you, I'm sure, have heard of leaky gut. It's when the tight junctions in your gut lining become slightly separated because of bad foods or stress, essentially inflammation, and then it allows proteins and chemicals to seep through the gut lining into your bloodstream, right? But there's a microbiome. I mean, the primary microbiome in your body is not in the gut, it's the skin.
Yes.
I mean, your skin is your first layer of your immune system.
Sure.
So think of this as the front lines, as the infiltrate, as this is the war, right? Inhaling something is secondary. It's touch, it's skin. Getting injected or penetrating your skin, that's a deeper level, but the skin is designed to prevent that. And so most chemicals and most toxins interact with the skin, and the skin's supposed to be a protective layer. And if intact, you'll have minimal toxins seep through. But a problem is a lot of people, because of the drying, the dehydrating quality of the hand sanitizers and a lot of the water-based products that they use, their skin is, it's visibly cracked, but there are micro slits in the skin like there are micro slits in the gut. And so it leads to something called leaky skin. Look it up. It's like dermatologists talk about this stuff. It's like, why aren't more people talking about it? And what happens is more chemicals are now seeping through the skin and you're exposing yourself to pathogens. Now, here's a crazy study that I stumbled upon. And this was from an Oxford University journal. They evaluated 180 countries, like virtually every country on the planet that had decent amount of people in, right? Not Antarctica. And they found a direct linear relationship with the amount of sanitation in the word, not cleanliness, but key. The word sanitation, the amount of sanitation in the country, and the rates of Alzheimer's. And the more sanitized a country was, the higher the rates of Alzheimer's. Now, we use that word very carefully in my house, in my lifestyle, in my books and things, to explain sanitization is not clean. I mean, sanitization essentially is the antibiotic approach to cleaning. It's like there's nothing, it kills everything. And you know what? Here's the thing. The researchers explained that the amount of what's happened, according to these, again, this is Oxford University Journal Press. Like this isn't some, hippie essential oil Dr. Z guy in Atlanta, in the woods, forest bathing. Like this, you know what I mean? I love saying this stuff because it's like legit researchers from legit people. Because that's always the criticism to people like us. It's like, oh, well, you're not, blah, blah, blah. Okay, look, okay. What they're surmising is the lack of healthy bacteria on the skin has led to neurological inflammation in the brain.
Yeah, very interesting.
And that's what happens to us when we are constantly infiltrating ourselves and stripping our body. So what does that mean? Your antibacterial soaps, throw away. Your hand sanitizer, throw away, because you want healthy bacteria. Just like how, if you're think about this, you're spending money on a probiotic, for crying out loud, to put good bacteria in your stomach. Like, that's ridiculous.
Sure.
I mean, really, to think we need to spend money on putting bacteria in our gut because we've killed our gut bacteria. We were doing that 100 years ago. That's the state of how backwards things are nowadays. You're not probiotic. You're not like probiotic pill deficient. You're not You're not, you know what I mean? You're not vitamin D supplement deficient. You might be vitamin D deficient. Get some sun,
Yes.
right? There's like the more natural way of looking at this. So we need to incorporate good, healthy bacteria.
Mhm.
And that allows you, affords you a little bit of being dirty a little bit sometimes. Like the best
Yeah.
thing in the world is to go out into the garden.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And you know
So
what?
there's research showing among kids that kids who grow up with siblings, kids who grow up with pets, they have way less allergies.
Yes.
Way
Farmers'
less.
kids. We all heard it, right?
Yeah.
Farmers' kids, homesteaders' kids have the strongest, healthiest immune systems.
Yeah, yeah. So that's exactly what you're talking about there. But the one hand, it's getting rid of the hand sanitizer, stop sterilizing your skin and introducing this leaky skin situation. Stop stripping off the bacteria off of your skin with every soaping and every shower and bath, because one of the main ingredients in those soaps and body washes is a garage degreaser, sodium lauryl sulfate, correct?
Yep. Oh, all of them. Yeah. You have the parabens, you got the phthalates, you got the sodium lauryl sulfates and sulfites, and you got talc, you got, I mean, some mineral oil. You have so many different things that have a direct neurological or cancer causing effect. I mean, it's just like the research is there on all these primary ingredients. And you also will see artificial fragrance, or the pseudonym is parfum.
Mm-hmm.
It's parfum. So if you're looking at your stuff and you see, ooh, sodium lauryl, Dr. Yoni just mentioned that. Oh, parfum, Dr. Z just mentioned that. Throw that away. Like it's not even worth giving away. It's like trash.
Yeah. So is there an essential oil alternative to the hand sanitizer? Because I know a lot of people are hooked on that. Can you recommend a product, or can people make one themselves? And if so, would you mind sharing?
So easy. Yeah, it's a high proof grade alcohol depending on where you live. I know in America we have Everclear. We have really high proof, like 180 plus proof. Some, if you live in Canada, you can't get that stuff. The highest proof alcohol that you could get, and it's essentially, you know, the high proof alcohol, the organic grain alcohol with essential oils. You could put a little bit of water or witch hazel. You can put a little bit of aloe in there, a little bit of vitamin E. But it's a real basic alcohol based content that will kill. Here's a cool thing about essential oils. Essential oils have what's known as cell selectivity. It's like a sniper approach versus the nuclear bomb. We've talked about the antibiotic and the antibacterial hand soaps. Like that kills all good and bad bacteria inside and out. What essential oils do, they literally will leave the good bacteria alone. It's just nature. It's just design, and it's wonderful. And there's no explanation other than the science literally calls it cell selectivity. So the essential oils will target the pathogenic bacteria, viruses, fungi, leaving the healthy ones alone.
If you enjoyed that short clip, you've got to see the full interview with Dr. Eric Zielinski. He's got a ton of great information and simple tips for healthy living, detoxifying your environment, and eliminating some of the most common contributors to chronic low-grade inflammation. To access that video, click the link in the upper right-hand corner of your screen. I'll also put a link for it in the description underneath this video. Make sure to hit that thumbs up button before you head out of here, and I'll see you next time.